Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Heroes Arcadia. The two of you guys are in your tower. Georg is clearly invisible. We have him here, 75% visible. Yeah, on
Yes.
the screens, you're slightly transparent right now, Ryan.
Oh, that's an effect. The production value over here.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I'll do what I can to keep it up, but I'll probably forget, and you'll just be partially visible forever. Anyway,
All right. So I guess Georg wants to see the dragon, and I suppose I do too. So let's. Well, I was gonna go fly and find the dragon, but we'll walk. So I open the door.
Okay, you can fly out the window. I can find my way around your
No,
town.
no. We'll go together, Georg. It's fine.
I promise I won't get into any trouble.
I'd rather keep an eye on you for now.
All right, so I follow Malachi out of the keep.
hey,
I'll stop landslide if I see him.
I mean, if you want to go out the window, we could. I mean, if you want to fly out the window, I have like feather falls and shit. I probably won't say that. We'll save the metagaming until we know each other better. We go out the old-fashioned way through the front door.
I go out to look. Is landslide in the keep?
he is.
Landslide, you insufferable.
What
dwarf.
the hell have you done?
You were gonna say that to me? I don't know.
You
do you mean?
did you do this? Did you bring this creature here?
Unfortunately, I'm not powerful enough to summon a dragon, dwarf. Can we please gather the men and see if we can find this thing?
Oh, right. Like, you could just gather together a couple of militiamen and go fight a dragon. This is what happens when you put people who've only been on this earth for 50 years in charge of things. How old are you, boy, huh? 45?
Old enough to know when somebody's talking shit. I said find the dragon, not fight it, you fool.
Oh, right. But gather the men, because surely they're going to be able to do something about this. Look, if you want to be running things and protecting us from the damn shadow dragons, why don't you go do your goddamn job and protect us from the goddamn shadow dragons?
I don't think this is the shadow dragon. And this is
Just happens to be a different dragon.
Well,
There's two dragons in Shirebrook now.
Well, I'm as surprised as you are.
Useless son of a bitch.
What did you just say?
I called you a useless son of a bitch.
You should watch your tongue if you want to keep it, dwarf.
He stands up to his full 3.5-foot height and starts storming over in your direction. You want to make something of this? Huh?
I laugh in his face. What are
That's
you
what
going
I
to do?
thought. Go out there and do your dragon hunting nonsense.
Yeah, because I'll go and kill the dragon rather than fight this scary dwarf. I leave. As I walk out, you see what I have to deal with? Walk out.
You walk out. It's a beautiful day.
I'm like, is that your Baron? I
No,
thought
it's
we were
just-
in. I thought we were in. Are we in Newport? I could have sworn I look back over my shoulder. This is definitely Aldrich's tower, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's definitely.
I teleported to Shirebrook, right? Okay.
It's just it's the Count of Newport's Chancellor. The Baron retired.
Retired, eh?
Yeah, he said an imp told him to leave. Weird story. I don't know. I guess he was spooked by all the stories of shadow dragons. Looks like he got out at the right time, though. I mean, well, I haven't finished my story yet, but you'll see. Look. Anyway, there's a lot going on. Let's go.
You guys step out into the town. It's the last warm day of autumn. Sun is. God, I don't remember what time of day it is. Does anyone remember what time of day it is? Ryan, what time did you?
Morning, late morning.
Okay, so it's late morning right now. The sun is up. There's a warmth to the air that you haven't felt in some time. You can feel the sea breeze. You can hear sea lions barking down on the beach somewhere. It's wonderfully tranquil. But you're now walking through the town of Shirebrook.
It's been a long time. Any sign of dragons?
Looking up into the sky, you don't see any.
Which way did you see it go?
It went west. Can you follow me if I fly?
Oh well, shit.
I'll
Let's get out. I'll meet
Just-
you in the
just
outskirts
follow-
of town.
Okay.
We need a few minutes. Blah, blah, blah. Do I know? Is there like a hill we can meet at? Like just if we head west out of town?
Yeah, There are hills to the west.
Okay. I basically I need somewhere to summon a phantom steed for and I probably won't want to do that in the middle of town, especially because the phantom steed is very visible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
All right,
But
so you guys
yeah.
are going to walk out of town and then.
Well, if he's
Summon
gonna
your
fly,
phantom
he'll be moving way faster than I can.
No,
fly.
yeah, I'm gonna turn into a robin, fly to the top of a building, and then turn into a giant eagle and fly
Take
off
off.
to the west.
Okay. So if he takes off ahead of me, and I run to the outskirts of town, keeping him in my sight as best I can.
So I'm waiting for the hill. I'm gonna meet him on the hill when he gets there, but I want to fly out just in the direction that the dragon went.
Sure. The closest hills outside of town are the mines where the dwarves work. It's about 2 miles outside of town, mile and a half, really.
Okay. You can get there pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
So,
hold on, Malachi. You're flying in your giant eagle form towards these hills. When you see stumbling out of one of the mine entrances is a dwarf who like collapses to his hands and knees, gets up, and just full tilt sprints towards town.
I'll land in front of him then.
He gives a shriek and takes a punch at the giant eagle who lands in front of him with a natural 20 to hit. What's your AC?
14.
The dwarf criticals you with his fist. Please make me a saving throw versus death.
Stone skin.
You're not
Oh,
in
stone
town?
skins.
Didn't you get like run out of? I guess you're not in Redport anymore.
All
No,
right.
I
stone
Not
skins.
that Garrick knows a thing about this.
I'm still stone skinned.
Okay. He recoils his hand as he strikes you, crying out in pain. Surprise.
Under the circumstances, I'll let that one slide. What are you running from?
Are you in human form now?
Yeah, I like to do that thing where I fly down in front of him and then turn
Right.
immediately.
Dragon! Green dragon! Big green dragon!
Where is it?
He points back to the mines.
Where are the rest of the dwarves?
In there?
Did it just arrive right now?
I just got out. We were down inside. And then there was this creeping, crawling noise, and scratching, and heavy breathing. And then
How
Then
many
it showed
entrances
up.
are there to the mines?
one entrance to each mine.
Well, which mine is it in?
Points directly behind him.
So there's only one entrance.
Right here, there's one clear entrance, but you know, having lived in this town, that there are these hills have other mines in them, but this one is the one with a dragon in it currently.
Go back to town and inform them.
He nods and bolts.
All right. I will wait for Geo to turn up.
Garrick, you show up, but you're invisible, so is there anything you'd like to do or say to Malachi before he sees you? Do you want
so
to
by the
stab him
time
in the
I'm-
back?
No. By the time I'm running up the hill, the dwarf has already left. I run past the
Yeah,
dwarf.
you do run past the dwarf who's running as
Okay.
fast as his stubby little legs will carry him.
All right, and then I guess I'll just run the rest of the way to Malachi and towards the caves, the mines.
So he shows up. Do you turn?
He doesn't show up. He
Where's
arrives on
Mal-
the
is it-
scene.
Yeah, I'll make my presence known if it looks. So is Malachi at the entrance to the mines, or is he?
He's
partway up?
standing nearby. I'm not too close. I would venture to.
So I'll join him at the entrance to the mine at the top of the
Alright,
hill.
you have to make your presence known, though. You're invisible.
Yeah. I'll say, is it in there?
You're here. I think back to every time that Kine and Van get annoyed at me for just talking to them when they're invisible. Yeah. I think it's in there. What do you know about green dragons? Breath weapon?
Whew. Acid, I think. Not something I'd want to mess with.
Yeah. Me
An
neither.
expensive coat.
And the coat's probably the least of your worries.
That's what you think. Well. I don't think I want to particularly mess with a. Well, let's see if we can find more dwarves, shall we? I guess. Damn.
Well,
So I didn't need to go invisible after all.
fair disclosure here, Garrick. This isn't really your problem. I'm not going to be paying you for this.
Is that a rumbling?
Sorry, no, I hit a wrong button. Please ignore that
What?
sound.
Well, I don't need your copper pieces.
Very well.
A
Let's see if we
dragon
can-
in Shirebrook. The same day I pay a visit?
You truly are a bad
What a
omen.
coincidence.
Maybe it's following you.
No, this one's not mine.
I walk towards the entrance of the mine.
I follow after him. Are there still? There's should have been like dozens of dwarves that work in there. Are they continuing to flee, or did we just see the one?
Just the one. You said you start walking towards the mines?
Slowly, yeah.
Can I
Wanna
get
try
a
and-
perception check from both of you, please?
Oh shit.
I'm not
Well.
interested in fighting a dragon right now.
Yes.
25. So I passed this time, Neal.
Okay. Why are my slideshows not turned on? Oh god, is Obi free? This is not good. Something's not working that should be working.
Maybe the dragon wrecked it.
Okay. Anyway, it's a 25 and an 18. So the 25 is the 18 is a fail. You don't notice anything, but Georg, you spot something here. There's a kind of a strange vapor clinging to the entrance of the mine.
Is okay. Does it look like a noxious gas or like something magic?
It definitely looks like some sort of gas, kind of a yellowish greenish gas.
Are we close to it? We're
I'm
going
not-
into the mine shaft. This is like a. okay.
What you're seeing is on the edge of the mine, or like inside the
Okay, so
the
I'll
mine
stop.
shaft. You guys are
Okay.
far enough away that you're not in the
I'll
ring.
stop Malachi if it looks like he's gonna like walk into it and accidentally breathe it, but
Mhm.
otherwise we'll get closer and
Sure.
investigate.
What is it?
I don't think. I mean, unless he's about to step into it, I don't think I would
Okay.
Okay.
do anything. I'll reach out and grab him if it.
Hey everybody, sorry about that. Some minor technical difficulties. Those are fixed now. Where were we?
I was just slowly
Yeah.
approaching the cave.
Right.
Yeah. And I think we get all the way to the entrance. Is that a?
You do.
Are we interrupt? Okay.
You get all the way to the entrance.
All right. An invisible hand sort of reaches out and stops Malachi from going too close. Like,
What
I
is
think
it?
at this point, Malachi, you can see there's this
Yeah, look out
yellowish,
for the-
greenish vapor kind of just holding itself inside the mines. Every now and then, a little bit of it will flow out and then kind of get dispersed in the gentle breeze out here. But within the mine itself, there's this
Okay.
colored stuff.
Do I see any
looks-
dwarves in the hallway or in the immediate entrance to the mine?
Yes, there is a single dwarf who looks like his entire face to torso has been ripped open by giant claws.
Holy shit! So he's not savable then.
No, God, no, he's well below -10.
So backing away in disbelief, I say, well, I'm not sure what we can do about this right now. We should probably get back to the tower before it comes back out.
How this just happened? How? What a coincidence! Yes, yeah. Let's get
better
out of
safe
here.
than
That's
sorry.
likely a caustic gas. I
Wait, do you
Rather
have any?
not.
Do you have any jars or anything like that? We could take a sample.
suppose. Let me see.
I've got an empty
Do I-
healing potion jar, Neal.
Yeah, I probably have. I'm just checking to see if anything's written on my character sheet. I've got some holy water I could dump out. I don't know that I have empty jars unless Neal would be generous. You've got an empty potion jar.
Yeah, I've got an empty potion jar.
Sure. How would you like to take a sample of this gas?
Yeah.
Who wants to be the one to take it, and what is your procedure for gathering this unknown gas?
Does it look like there's a hard division? Like, is there a point where if I step forward, I'm definitely in the cloud versus out of the
No,
cloud?
definitely not. It's not well defined like that. It's not like a magical cloud with clear borders.
Sure. Yeah, I'll grab the empty jar from Malachi if he produces one, but seems to be hesitant on whether to step any closer.
Could be your face.
I'll
Close your eyes.
approach to where I feel safe. I'll take a few steps forward and then just reach a single hand out and try and scoop up a jar full. Can I do this without entering the keep?
Well, so it's not, as I said, it's not a clear delineation. So it's not like you're going to be able to stand outside, completely outside of the vapor, and then reach your hand into an area where it's entirely vapor, right? It's like there's a nice big area where it's a slow gradient of clear air until, like when you're looking at a fog bank, it's never quite a clear line.
So I'll step closer, but to where I still feel safe, reach my hand out a few extra feet, and then...
Could be your skin in case it's...
I'm invisible. Is the jar floating, though?
Oh, you're invisible, okay.
Yeah. Cover my skin. So, Neal, I will roll up my... I was going to do the opposite. I roll up my sleeve. What are you rolling? Is this a dragon breath weapon? Did I just kill myself? Are you just rolling the dice for a...
Don't worry about it.
All right. So I can scoop up said air and scurry back, or are you saying something happens?
So you're go and try and reach some... How close... My question is, how far in do you want to go?
I don't go into the cave, and...
So you're just trying to get like the edge of the mist?
Yeah. Playing on the cautious side.
Can you give me a saving throw versus breath weapon, please?
Oh,
seriously, shit. I told you I didn't go further than I felt safe.
Just roll the damn save.
Yeah. All right. Sure.
I'm sure
I guess we found out what it is. Not necessarily. It's a D20. It can always fail. 14 should be a pass.
Check it.
Sorry,
mine's a 13, so it's a pass.
Okay, I think, it's definitely a pass.
Okay, so this is... your skin begins to blister and boil as you reach your hand in. You take 5 points of damage.
Holy shit.
Okay,
you didn't even get yourself into the whole cloud. You just barely reached part of your arm in. You're clearly not experiencing the full effects of this gas, whatever it is, but it does start to blister and boil your skin.
Yeah. Yeah, Malachi definitely hears a shriek.
Yeah.
And some footfall.
Are you alright? Does he drop the jar?
No.
No, I got a sample.
Oh, did you? Nice.
It's definitely some sort of caustic gas. Likely the beast's breath weapon.
Well, at least we know it's not an illusion.
I pause for a second. Can I roll to disbelieve illusions, Neal?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to make it a roll in secret, if you don't mind, because you should never know.
Did I actually take the damage?
What is your saving throw versus spell?
Spell should be 10, including the Ring of Protection, I think.
Okay. I will PM whether or not you believe or disbelieve it to you in Discord.
Does int make a difference?
No, it's perception in 2. Neal.
Neal, I'll actually look down the cave with my gem of seeing, since we're disbelieving illusions.
Okay, you put your gem of seeing to your eye and look in. Since I don't necessarily know if you guys trust each other yet, I'm just going to be giving you guys answers to illusions in PMs to you, because it feels like the better way to do this.
Can you ever trust a man that collects souls?
Okay. PM sent to you guys in Discord.
How big is the mine entrance, Neal?
It's human-sized, but just barely. It looks like it was probably a collaboration between humans and dwarves, or dwarves have taken care to make sure that it's still large enough for humans to enter.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
So it doesn't look like a dragon could get through that hole.
It's a small dragon, but let's get the fuck out of here nonetheless.
So I don't think it's an illusion, Georg. This gem here is.
Yeah, I didn't say anything out loud. Yeah, I just paused when you said
Yeah,
illusion to make sure that it wasn't illusory damage, just in case.
let's get back to the tower.
Yeah.
So I'll walk back with Georg and open the wizard lock door for him.
How?
Did you replace the door to the tower? Oh yeah, the tower door had to get replaced. It got hacked down.
Actually, you would need my help to open the door, right? Isn't? Oh, you just spelled magic on it, right? And then
No, someone actually hacked the door to pieces. Rohana ordered the door broken down so they could get in. This is a replacement door.
And is it wizard locked?
Oh, it's not wizard locked down, is it? I don't think.
Not unless you've locked it.
I mean, I probably will have done. I don't think we specifically said that I did.
Then it's not locked yet.
Okay. Something to do. You remind me. Right, well, let's take you back to the tower. Well, as we get back to the observatory, put down the jar of caustic gas.
I put down the jar of caustic gas.
Yeah,
I got blisters for that.
Let me see
Probably
your
not
hand.
that it's going to do us much good. What are you? What are you, a cleric now?
Just want to see how bad it is.
I'll live.
So, should I finish my tale?
At a time like this, well, I suppose.
I don't know what the dragon's intentions are, but this may actually be more pressing than the Shirebrook's new friend.
I can hardly think of anything more pressing than a dragon moving in next door, but
well,
maybe he doesn't mean us any harm. Still, a lot of dwarves dead. There's probably several dozen.
Probably, but I don't really concern myself with the fates of dwarves. I don't really consider them as real people.
There's like an awkward chuckle from Georg, similar to what Neal just did, where he's not quite sure if he's serious or not.
Have you known many dwarves, Georg?
I've some dwarven friends, yes.
That one that we spoke to down in the keep, he's one of the more friendly ones. Maybe it's just
you're right.
me,
He did seem like a level-headed man.
We don't really get on that well. I'm looking through Aldrich's library. Does he have flora and fauna of Arcadia, coastal creatures, and freshwater fascinations?
What happened to Lord Song's dragon book, Neal? Did he take that with him to Thornwood, or did that wind up in my library?
That's up in your library.
In Misty Rapids?
Yeah. Do you remember the name of the book?
There's like the Dragons of Eridon or something like that.
Right. I just wanted to add it to my list of books because...
Yeah, maybe you had a snappier title for that, but...
It would be interesting to know exactly what we're dealing with.
Yeah, if there's any way to get rid of that nasty breath. Do we even want to? We could probably melt right through iron. We could just seal it off. That's the only entrance, right?
No, I think there's other entrances. I think all the mines are connected.
Neal, is there more than one mine shaft entrance that we know of?
You both know that there are multiple mines, but neither of you are miners, so you don't know the layout of the caves of mines.
I've been in at least one of them. So you're saying I've only been down one mine entrance?
Yes.
And it was a different one?
Nope, it was the same one.
It was the same one?
Yep. This is the closest mine to town. You both know this to be the largest and most productive mine.
Okay, so there wasn't just the one entrance.
There are other mines with other entrances. You don't know if they connect to one another. Many of the other ones are dwarf-sized only. Yeah. This is one of the few that could accommodate humans.
But how could a dragon get in there?
It's a small dragon.
To be really fucking small.
I only took. I mean, I didn't an adult would have probably had much more dangerous gas than this.
I can't imagine that merely putting your hand in for a few seconds is the same as getting totally encompassed by its breath weapon.
I don't know. I accidentally got a whiff, and actually, it was mostly my hand that burned, right? That's what you said?
Wow. Well, another problem to deal with.
This place really has gone to hell.
You don't know the half of it. So maybe, look. Let me tell you why I summoned you here. There's really I'm sure you've got your own problems to deal with. This green dragon.
Misty Rapids is not nearly this interesting. This time of year, the weather's shit. In fact, every time of year, the weather's shit.
Yeah, I've never really enjoyed it as a stop by on the way to Stromheim, but I suppose it's nice enough with the Misty River.
So,
Are you still invisible, Ryan?
I am. Yeah, I'm still invisible.
Cool.
Malachi's talking to himself this whole time.
So where was I? Right, the dwarven village, the illusion, the manifestation of the illusion magic. I think, rather than it be an ongoing illusion spell, I think it was perhaps like an afterglow of something, an extremely powerful spell that was cast, and then it left some sort of imprint on the area around it. Because
You're sure it was an illusion? I
Yes.
heard. So, perhaps you should clarify. Your babbling messenger hardly knew her left foot from her right. She seemed to be under the impression that half the town had gone missing. I don't know. She had a.
so
she
that,
seemed
I'm getting
traumatized.
I'm
in
getting
shock.
to it. So
That's no illusion
no,
from the sound of it.
I'm fully aware, but the aura over the dwarven village was that of an illusion spell. Now, a few weeks later, the same thing happened in another village south of Shirebrook, and then a few weeks after that, another village. My friends and I, we were investigating this. Each village had the same illusion aura over it that eventually faded. We tried dispelling sections of the illusion and the aura disappeared in those areas, but it made no difference to what was there. At first, I thought maybe it was hiding the scuffles of a battle where these people were taken, but there was no such thing. It seems that whatever took them did so without any force. So anyway, as part of our investigations, we found some hairs of some of the people from the village, and my cleric friend scried on the missing people. And what we saw was a cave, a lair. There was the bones of hundreds, perhaps thousands of dead people there, and a pile of gold and treasure like I've never seen.
Sounds like you're talking about my basement. Just kidding.
It's not really the time for jokes, but so I scried on the lair again, and whatever was in there, I couldn't see it, but it saw me. It probed my mind as I scried upon it. So whatever it is, it's voracious in its hunger, and it's intelligent.
You said you think this is in the Shadow Mountains.
It is in the Shadow Mountains. I located its lair by using clairvoyance around 5,000 feet above the location of the lair, and I pinpointed it down to a certain location.
Clever.
I did some investigations, and there's smoke methods around its lair. So I don't know.
Smoke methods, you say?
Yeah, I don't know what you know about smoke methods.
Well, imps in general are from the lower planes. Can't say I've ever encountered a smoke method.
There comes
To my
a
knowledge,
pounding
as
at
usual.
the door at the base of the staircase of the tower.
What is it now? Sorry, Gail, please wait here. I'll
Okay.
You can
A
look.
servant is there, pale-faced, saying, "Lord High Chancellor Angus Landslide demands your presence.
Very well. I'll be 2 minutes. Wait here. I'll go upstairs.
Excuse me?
I just need to finish something off. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
The servant waits.
Yeah, you're damn right. Go back upstairs. Yeah, I have to speak to the dwarf about something. I'll be back in a moment. Feel free to do some reading or wait before I leave. Think on this. My cleric friend, he has a spell to experience strong emotions of people in an area, emotions that have long passed. He cast this spell in one of the villages and described seeing a place of a lack of color, no saturation, a strange mist in the air. When he described that to Rohanna, she likened it to when she read your mind.
Oh. Metal symbol bat. No.
I'm not sure what she meant,
Can't
but think on it. Run downstairs.
Alright.
While he runs off, Georg, what are you doing? You have Aldrich's study.
I don't think I would get anything productive. I'll get, yeah, because I imagine I've only got 20 minutes, an hour at the most. So I'll check it out, see if anything's changed since the last time I was here. Sounds like more or less kept in the same shape. There's the laboratory, the observatory. I can't make use of the observatory during the day, or is that
Not unless you want to stare at the sun.
yeah?
I guess you could look at clouds.
Yeah. But I'll read through Aldrich's shit, like, and so yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything interesting I would find in the first. I'll probably mostly be interested in his journals if I can get my hands on one.
I think they're
There's
lying
one buried
right
in
out in the open.
Yeah.
I was reading his autobiography. So
I'm not going to read his autobiography. Like I wanted his like daily journals, like what he was doing, the entries were right leading up to his death. Maybe if I can find anything on myself, like if he describes the time he visited Misty Rapids and
yeah, sure enough, if you flip through his journal, you'll find a passage where he's talking about his journey to Misty Rapids and the deceptive Georg, the possible guardian of a lich, who seemed to have every answer already ready. It was too convenient. It was too squeaky clean. Clearly he's lying about something, probably everything, but without any proof, I can't do anything about it. Also, he's far away in another county, and I don't really care what happens to those people. As long as they leave me alone, I don't really care who he kills.
So if I can find it, maybe I'll look for any other mentions of, a certain artifact. If he's thought about it, if he had,
You don't find any mentions of any such artifact.
Had no idea what's buried right beneath their feet.
None.
It's a green dragon factory.
Hmm.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
So I'll kill time reading up.
All right, Nick, you get brought down to the main chamber in the keep.
Yep.
And there are all the people who run the town all gathered around. Angus Landslide is... Actually, hold on. Before that, you get back down to the end of the stairs, and the servant says, I'm sorry, sir, I didn't realize you had company over. Please, follow me.
Thank you.
Then you get to the other room, see all the people around. Angus perks up when you step in and goes, we have found where the dragon went.
Yes, and so have I. The mines.
And?
Well, it seems to have filled its lair, well, if we can call it that now, with its breath weapon, some sort of caustic gas. Burning the skin.
How does one fight gas?
Well, if it just affected the lungs, then I suppose you could wear a mask. If it's affecting the skin, perhaps a full-bodied leather suit, a mask to keep out the fumes, goggles.
Go design something.
I think you've got things misunderstood. I'm no designer.
You seem to be the one that's an expert on this material. Go make up some plans. We'll hire a tailor. You can design whatever leather suit you need.
Angus, I'm sure that there is a tailor in town that can design this better than I.
And does that tailor know the intricacies of toxic gas? Will they understand how to properly design this to keep a person safe? No. The resident wizard, who is an expert on all things magical, is the one who should be designing these things. That is the position you wanted, isn't it? Baron, the one who does all the work in the town?
Angus, there's nothing magical about it. It's just a gas. I've got a sample of it upstairs.
He looks around to the present company. See how he avoids any sort of responsibility? Look at what I have to deal with.
In town?
As people exchange glances, and some people start shaking their heads.
No. Honestly, though, even if we built 50 of these suits and marched into its lair, I'm not certain that this is a great plan.
Useless.
We could do tests to see what kind of material would keep out the effects.
He waves his hand dismissively at you. Come back when you have results. Don't waste our time.
And what are you doing here, Angus?
Don't you have better things to be doing? Why don't you leave the governing to the people who actually know what they're doing?
And what is it you are doing?
It is not your place to question my judgment.
Isn't it?
Bzz, bzz.
Who else is here?
There are a couple of other nobles that live in town, high-ranking nobles. There is the interim gatekeeper present, as well as a few guards and a couple of knights who you don't recognize. Not sure where they came from.
I look to them. Do they meet my eye, or do they sort of look down when I look at them?
No, they meet your eye. They have a very stern look on their face. Whether it's directed at you or because of the current situation, you cannot tell. But they don't look very happy.
Angus, I think making enemies over this isn't likely to help things.
Who's making enemies?
Well, you're making an enemy of me.
So easily chided. Terrible leader.
I'll walk away. Fuck this guy.
Alright, you get back up in the tower a little bit later.
Go. When you put your hand in the gas, did you cover your flesh with your robe? I say that as I walk in, because I don't know where you are.
Yeah, it takes you a minute or two to find me. Of course not. These robes cost nearly 200 gold.
Depending on
yeah.
Give me the jar. Where is it? I'll go and get the jar.
It's probably set on a table somewhere. I think I'm still. What did we ever decide on if your invisibility is an illusion that you can see through, or a?
No, you cannot see yourself when invisible. It says so in the spell or in the DMG somewhere.
I thought it said the opposite in one of the errata, but in any case, okay. So it's probably you're saying it's difficult to read while invisible. Like, does the book disappear as soon as you touch it?
It doesn't disappear when you touch it. If you were invisible and holding the book, it's invisible. If you pick up something that is visible while you are invisible, it is now just a floating visible object. If you put it inside your robes, it'll disappear.
So I can stay invisible and read, and it's not really any bother to me. Okay, so I'm still invisible.
Do you know what I say to you, not knowing where you are? I actually have a great idea. Neal, is there anyone in the dungeon right now?
Yes.
I will go down to the dungeon with my dagger.
Oh.
I want to remove
So you come back to the room and then you storm immediately out?
I have an idea. I'll be back with a test subject. I come back with the finger of someone from the dungeon.
Okay. You bring a prisoner back?
No, I just cut off his finger in the...
You just cut off a finger?
Yeah.
Okay. His screams fill the dungeon, and the other prisoners down there kind of freak out a little bit, but You're Malachi. You're an 8th level wizard. No one's
He
going to
comes-
question you.
And he comes back and with a warm, bloody finger.
Here, like I cut the finger in half. I get a piece of
What the
fabric.
hell is this?
It's a test. I'll wrap one piece of finger in fabric. Right, and then the unwrapped finger I'll drop in the gas. What happens?
So you have like a finger, you cut it in half, you drop half of it in the gas
This
to
is-
see what happens.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. I guess it's a fresh sample. You start to see like a rash appear around the finger.
Okay.
It doesn't it's not destroyed. Like if that were attached to a person, would they be dead, or is this just?
Well, you didn't get.
Gas?
There's a red rash appearing, which probably leads to blistering after a few seconds. Light blistering, but the finger's dying.
Yeah.
It's lost a lot of blood, so it's having a harder time reacting.
So quickly I'll wrap another one in some cloth and drop it in.
Okay. So you've got half of a severed finger, then half of a severed finger wrapped in cloth in this jar, and I take it you reseal it.
Yeah, and I'll leave it 5 minutes, and then I'll use some like tongs to pull the muck out.
An invisible hand sprinkles some iron powder in as well.
Okay. Okay.
Does that corrode in the gas?
Is there questions that I need to look the answers up to? Hold on.
Okay, so it seemed like you knew what the first two were.
Well, yeah, but I don't know how these things affect iron. Okay, so.
I mean, chlorine, yeah. But are you just going to Google search?
Yes, I'm just going to Google search reactions between chlorine gas and iron. Do you have an answer to this, Mr. Chemist?
I mean, it would. I mean, yeah, it's going to corrode the iron, and
Okay.
I mean, but like, how do you think about dragon breath in terms of the real world, right? But
Yeah.
so I imagine it would speed it up. I mean, yeah.
So you see the iron start to corrode slightly. You don't have a very pure sample of this chlorine gas, and every time you uncork it, some of it comes out. And
But I don't think an iron wall will seal off the dragon in there for long. That's what I'm pondering.
when you fish out the finger wrapped in cloth and unwrap it, it does have a rash on it. It doesn't have the same burns that the other one has.
So maybe
It
a
looks
slight
like-
bonus to save, but
Yeah, it looks like it has helped a little bit.
Huh. I shake my head. I guess that's not going to work.
no, I think if you honestly want to bring down this beast, that mine it had to be that mine.
What do you mean?
There was something I thought to show you down there. What an odd coincidence that the dragon should happen to pick that mine of all the mines in Shirebrook.
Wow, what's that?
It's true what they say about this continent. It's cursed.
I can see that. Cursed by dwarves.
You're not as wrong as you sound at face value.
I'm not wrong at
But
all,
not
to be honest.
but not just the dwarves. 1,500 years ago, I suspected it was the priests. But in any case, curious, power-hungry men. They dig too deep. For some reason, this spot. Maybe it's the Shadow Plains, not too far beneath the earth.
The Shadow Plains.
Perhaps.
What is the Shadow Plains? What is that?
Plane of Shadow.
Is that where my friends are?
I don't know.
What did you see that day when Rohana read your mind?
Silence. I was going. I could have shown you. But like I said, the dragon. That day, Rohana read my mind. I paid a visit to this very mine, and I found what the dwarves uncovered. Just a little too deep.
Wow.
Actually, not even.
What was it? Don't
A
be
rift?
quite Georg.
A rift, a portal to the shadow plane. Wouldn't surprise me if there are maybe other leaks. They do call them the Shadow Mountains, after all. Who knows what's underneath them?
Was it constructed or merely a hole in the prime material plane?
It was ornamented, perhaps by wizards of yore, but whether they found it and prepared it or
You suspect that...
made it.
Well, if this really is a shadow dragon, then perhaps it's taken them to the shadow plane.
You said it was an illusion. That hardly sounds like a shadow. But too many odd coincidences for them to not be related.
What else would... If I tell Georg the location of the lurk, can he scry on it? I could tell him a point in space, like...
We could pull out a map and sort it out. I don't know that I need to feel the need to... Well,
I need to take a look at...
Familiar or... It says familiar or obvious in the spell description. I think a location described to you on a...
Whatever it is hides itself in shadows. The townsfolk that have seen these, that have lived around that area, describe seeing a flying shadow above them. Does a spell exist that could transport people from one plane to another?
The magic you speak of would be very powerful. Messing with planar travel is dangerous business.
The radius of said spell was unlike anything I've ever seen. It was hundreds of...
You said this was an illusion.
I said that the
illusion
afterglow...
was hundreds of feet. Can we see this site?
Yes,
there's one in Shirebrook, isn't there?
The afterglow is probably still here. Do you have detect magic?
Let's take a look.
Very well. I will take Georg to the
half pint.
It's the
You may
empty center of town. It's still...
People not going near it?
People will walk through it, but they do so with a hurried pace. You know, they speed walk through the center of town. The buildings are left empty. There's signs kind of just dangling there.
You may want to cancel your invisibility to avoid startling anyone when you cast your spell.
I don't... So... Nick can cover his ears. Obviously, he knows I've got this amulet. Does activating the amulet, would that cancel invisibility? And by activating the amulet, I mean...
Yeah. Only for magic missile, I think. I think for...
Okay. What about charging the amulet?
Oh, that definitely... Yeah. You got to kill a person to...
No. Draining and rearranging stats.
Oh.
Can I do that while still
invisible? Yeah, because to drain stats, you have to bleed. You have to sacrifice your own life energy. That'll cancel.
That counts as an attack?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you've got true seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'll try and get a few minutes to myself before we leave. I don't know what I can...
I mean, you can probably... Yeah. I will walk out ahead of you, so you can probably...
You tell me I should cancel the invisibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think it'll take me... I have 2 spells I want to recharge, and then I guess I'll use the soul to bring my stats back up to full. So that's like 2 rounds of... that's just 2 cuts, maybe? I don't even know. I try and do that without Malachi noticing. So I don't know if I let him go down the staircase. Like yeah. So as we're leaving, I'll let him go down the staircase first. I'm still invisible.
Mhm.
I'll break the invisibility, replenish my spells. I had a soul in the gem, replenish my stats.
Okay.
Follow him down. You want me to meet you outside of the tower? Do you want these dwarves seeing me?
Yeah. Best you do it outside the tower. So maybe I'll do that. I'll walk out and leave him in there, so you probably get a chance to. Although you've got to walk out invisible first before you do it, haven't you, Neal? You could say no, but
Yeah.
I maybe roll a perception check to see this. I know he's trying to hide it from me, but -5 maybe.
I think you're on a different floor.
Yeah, I think he waits until you're definitely out of range.
Yeah, you'll hear a grimace, and then I'll come back downstairs, and then we'll be like, "Oh shit, you're supposed to cancel your invisibility outside." And it's like, well, too late.
All right.
What's directly outside of the Aldrich Tower?
It's just like a hallway, right?
Like, can I feather fall and jump out a window? I'm saying, and meet him
Totally.
in the town.
Yeah.
That's probably a little bit more suspicious.
I'll meet you outside the keep, and I'll feather fall out a window.
Okay.
And meet him like outside of the walls. I pull my hood up over, so I just.
If you feather fall outside of the window, you still have to walk outside of the walls because there's still walls around the keep.
So the tower is not facing the outside of the keep.
No, like it is facing the outside of the keep, but there's the keep, then there's a courtyard, then there's walls. Right?
Okay.
So if you can be outside the keep, but within the walls of the keep, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I'd still have to pass a gatekeeper.
Yeah,
so
you still have to pass the gatekeeper. Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna. Okay, I'll dimension door out then and meet him outside the walls. You said it's the keep is less than 270 yards from tower to. Okay.
Definitely. So you dimension door to the other outside of the walls near the front gate.
Sure, and meet Malachi out in the town.
Okay, so you get there first before Malachi does, and the two guards on duty freak the fuck out.
Hold on. What guard? I teleport past the guards.
Right. So, but you're outside the walls, but there's still guards on the walls that can see. Like, you're going to be visible to someone whenever you reappear. And people freak out. All of a sudden, there's like a random wizard showing up, and maybe they're used to this because Malachi has kind of been popping around, appearing in front of people from a bird into a person, and there's still some like.
To have appeared in the shadow, but I guess sure, whatever.
Yeah, the perception checks I rolled are nice and high. A natural 16 and 17.
So there are witnesses.
There are witnesses. They kind of freak out a little bit, but you're not the first wizard to appear out of nowhere here.
If I hear the commotion, I'll try and smooth things over.
Well.
Haven't there been black-robed figures sighted in town for months going back now?
And you're not doing anything illegal, but this is just kind of the awkwardness of the world here. People are spotting these things, and it makes them uneasy. Anyway, you guys all join together back up and can make your way to the center of town.
I am excited. All right, here we are.
All right.
I'll cast my detect magic. Make sure the illusion's still there, or the aura.
It is there, and you have an 80% chance to detect the type of magic, and it is still illusion magic.
I nod to Georg.
As you turn to look at Georg, you see a pair of purple eyes radiating from beneath the black hood, and I use my true seeing on the aura.
What spell is that?
True seeing, I say.
Excuse.
Where is? I heard a ping. I think Neal sent me something.
Yeah, Discord.
Oh man.
I gotta keep you guys on your toes and not trusting each other.
I thought you said it was illusion, and I start walking out the space of the aura, Neal.
It's big. It's like 600 feet across or something. It goes well over the center of town square and ends in people's buildings.
I take a Neal. Is the dirt magic, or is it just part? Nope. Is it in the magic?
There's an aura surrounding everything, as if you've got a big dome of in the air itself.
Is there a defined boundary? Is this?
There's a very defined boundary.
This is an active spell, not a. Is this or
I
is
don't
this
know.
residue of a spell that's been cast?
It's faint, but strong at the same time. It looks like residue of a strong spell.
So I will, because I can see the aura as well. I'll trace out and say, so anything within this area, if you can see it, everyone just disappeared, phased out of existence.
You start tracing out like several hundred feet of circle radius.
Like I get to the edge of it. I get to just one point of the edge and say, like, anyone past this line.
Okay.
Witnesses said that they just phased into nothingness and disappeared. Seems to have happened to everyone within this huge area. Where did you learn that spell?
Where did you learn how to polymorph?
I came up with that one on my own.
Well, I had some help with this one. I thought you said this was an illusion.
It is.
I shake my head.
What do you
No,
say?
there's something still here. Something beneath the surface. I mean, perhaps I'm seeing past whatever illusion has you fooled.
I pull out my gem of seeing and look through the gem of seeing with detect magic.
Can you cast detect magic through a gem of seeing?
Well, it's active, isn't it? No, but I'm seeing with detect magic, and I look through the gem of seeing, now thinking that maybe there's some sort of magical illusion guarding the true magical effect.
Neal, can I detect any illusion in addition to what you've sent me? I
will
feel like if you're
PM
true
you.
seeing,
Yeah.
you're true seeing through an illusion, you should be able to be aware that you saw some illusion, right? Or do you? Yeah.
All right, I PM'd you that answer. You know what? We're just
How about a
hold
break?
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just find the one
That's-
answer to this. I just want to see how your gem of seeing and your detect magic work in conjunction, if at all.
I don't think it doesn't.
It probably
Say
doesn't say, but I just want to double check. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to be doling out information unnecessarily.
Well, but I would argue though that if my assumption's correct, and there is some sort of magical illusion covering another magical effect, I don't think I've ever tried the gem of seeing whilst having detect magic
Right.
in force.
I don't.
So you can't see through a magical, like a magical illusion, sort of. I don't mean obviously all illusions are magic. I mean like
I don't see how they would have a synergistic effect, I guess. I don't know really what the gem of seeing does.
Well, it just lets you see through an illusion, but if you can't see the illusion unless you're casting detect magic, then maybe you need to do better.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Does he see anything different through his gem of seeing? You looked at these places with the gem of seeing, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you've ever looked at these with the gem of seeing before.
Well, I've looked in the Storybook in, I think.
With the gem of seeing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not with detect magic and gem of seeing.
No,
That's
not
the first
with
time this
magic.
trial is being run.
Okay, so you dispel the illusion with the gem of seeing and then cast detect magic.
Well,
And then he gets another chance at detecting the magic or something like that? Or has he already rolled at this one without the gem of seeing and he...
I think... I don't want to answer that question because that question has false premises built inside of it.
Sure. Well, so I'll stand up and I'll say I don't think there's any illusion here.
I see an illusion.
I don't know what
mean?
you were seeing, but
Gail,
I
told you
your friends are very much not here. Isn't this true?
Well, no shit. So, okay.
I suspect...
So my eyes go wide as I see something different. Wait. This isn't illusion. This is something else. The illusion aura was covering the true magical aura.
Yes, that's what I just... Yes. You're gonna have to speed up if you're gonna...
And with that, why don't we take a break? We'll see you guys on the other side!